Hey y'all, and welcome to the Max Life. So finishing up breakfast today, and I'm thinking what everybody else is thinking, what is on everybody's minds for sure, and that is the election that's coming up tomorrow, guys. One day away, and I know at times, if y'all are anything like me, I can let my thoughts play with me. So I wanted to make this kind of an encouraging video on before, if you're going to vote tomorrow, and I know the results are coming out, supposedly coming out tomorrow. We know that has not always been the case in the past, but I wanted to give you guys some words of encouragement. I know there are times for me, as I'm sure it is probably other people too, that when I start thinking about all of the things, and a lot of you guys know that if the wrong person goes in office, our future has already been changed so much just since 2008. We are living in a time that freedom of speech is really under attack in a lot of areas, in a lot of things you can say and you can't say without being censored. So we know that a lot of these things are happening. Colby talks to y'all over on his channel about things that are literally going on everywhere. He brings real stories to you guys so that y'all can be aware of what's going on. And I know that we need to know these things, but we can't let them take us captive. We cannot become a slave to worry and to fear, and the Bible tells us don't do that. We have to know, but we cannot be entrapped in the worry. So that's why I wanted to come to y'all today and say, I know tomorrow really is a day where history is going to be made. I mean, you know, we say that every election, but I feel like last election was really one of those ones on the line. Several elections before that, really, I just kind of felt like what goes on tomorrow is going to change history. And nonetheless, really, we have seen that from generation after generation. So tomorrow is going to be another day that goes down in history that is going to affect our future in some way. It's either going to be for the better or it's going to be for the worse. But I just want to tell you, regardless of the outcome, regardless of who goes into office, now we know who we want to go in office. So regardless of what that looks like in the end, and however it plays out, I just want to remind you guys that God already knows. He already knows who's going to go into office. He already knows what the future's going to look like. And sometimes we can get overwhelmed and full of anxiety and fear, not knowing what tomorrow's going to hold. But let me remind y'all of something. We can't focus on what tomorrow holds. We need to remember who holds the future for tomorrow. And it is, and I'm guilty of it too, it's easy to get tangled up in the trap of letting emotions and fear, let those things take over our thoughts, but we can't do that. We have to remember that we are here in this time because God allowed it. We have to remember that during this time, we want to do what's right. We want to speak out in truth. We want to stand up for those truths. But in the end, whoever goes in office, God already knows. He already knows the future. So I just want to encourage you, if you are going out to vote tomorrow, to repent, pray before you go, cast your vote. I know we're all going to be on the edge of our seats, as we should be, because this is a very important day. Just remember not to get caught up in the trap of worry and fear. We can do our part. We can vote. We can pray. We can speak out truth. We can point out things that are going on around us, as we should. Relay these stories so that they don't get hidden. Bring truth out and in the forefront. I do think those are things very important that we need to do. But do not get caught up in fear. It is easy for me, if I sit down and think about it and think about what would happen if she goes in office and the things that she stands for. And, you know, I have seen so many clips of things that are very unconstitutional come out of her mouth. And when I sit down and start thinking about some of those things, it literally makes me feel sick to my stomach, knowing that our freedoms are just a snap away. But we have to remember not to worry about tomorrow, because it is more important to focus on who holds tomorrow, because ultimately he is in control of everything. So y'all keep that in mind. Tomorrow, as the results start coming in, y'all pray, y'all repent. The Bible tells us in order for our nation to be healed, it's going to have to start with us, and it's going to have to start with our hearts. So guys, I pray that y'all will take this serious. It is a very serious day. One more day. Ooh, we all kind of have to take a deep breath, but just remember, I know everybody has a lot of thoughts going on, but just remember that none of it really matters, because God is ultimately in control. Guys, thank you for watching. Today is a short video. We have been super busy inside. We'll have more of those things coming out soon, so y'all hang tight for that. God bless and happy homesteading, y'all.